Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Good morning, booking office. Judge Middleton calling. I got a couple customers I need to see. Jeanette Jackson would like to know if I could see Samuel Fitch. Then I need to see Bradley Cade and Larry D. Barnes. Yep. All right, thanks. Bye. Like me. Good morning once again, everyone. We've got more to do. We're going to try to get some things done before we do our next civil cases. I'm going to shut that chat off. But thank you for saying good morning. Take 17 steps to shut the chat off. Good morning, sir. Are you Samuel Joseph Fitch?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Middleton. I'm here on behalf of Judge Pattison, who's not here today. So I'm covered for him. We need to get your case on track here. Also here with me is one of the public defenders, Jeanette Jackson. Your lawyer, Mr. Luke Knopfsinger, was not available on very short notice. You got arrested over the weekend on several things. This is the operating while intoxicated. It's file 24265 SD. You were arrested last December, or the incident was last December. They issued a complaint in February of 2024 with operating while intoxicated. You pled not guilty. And we set several pretrials. You were here in April and you left. And then they reset the pretrial for April 22nd. And you didn't show up. And Judge Pattison issued a bench warrant for failing to
I
appear.
called and told him I couldn't make it because I was homeless and I didn't have a ride.
All right, well, we're here all day, every day. There was a 48-hour hold. Anyway, we'll get the case back on track.
Okay.
How'd you come to get arrested this weekend? I see you have some other charges.
They come to my house and got me.
All right. Where were you living?
I live with my mother in the backyard.
Where's that?
Three Rivers on South Lincoln.
Is your mother Alona?
Yes, sir.
I knew your dad years
He passed
ago.
away.
I know he did. I knew your grandma and grandpa too, but he used to date my sister, and point of fact, she's passed away too. All right, defendant arrested at his house. That was April. It's now September. You never bothered to call your lawyer or come in here.
I've been homeless and phoneless.
Okay.
I'm going through a divorce and I'm living on the streets.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of jobs out there.
Yeah. Well, I
All
gotta
right.
get my but
The good news is Judge P will be here this Friday for next Friday. Look at this. September 20th. Set attorney pretrial for 9/20/24 at 8:30. Your attorney is Luke Nossinger. Now, you got new charges that the magistrate is going to see you on: felon in possession of a firearm, reckless use of a firearm, possession of methamphetamine, which is really why you haven't been showing up for court. So you'll get arraigned on those a little later this afternoon by the magistrate.
I have a
Bond.
question.
Okay.
I've been going to the hospital. I had to go to a psychiatric ward, and they told me that if I keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, them charges were going to be dropped.
Who told you that?
The magistrate, when I talked to her. I talked to a magistrate when I was in the hospital.
Don't know the answer to that, but we'll sort it out. We'll get an attorney for you and set a hearing on that. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, she'll see you this afternoon. It's not up to the magistrate to drop the charges. That's up to the prosecutor. So I don't
what I'm
think
talking
she
about. It was
told
a
you.
prosecutor. I talked to a prosecutor when I was in the hospital.
All right. I don't know a thing about it, but we'll sort it out. All right.
Okay.
You're good to go. Neither this one or the next one are in my queue. Give me a minute, Mr. Cade. I gotta go on a scavenger hunt for your file.
Okay, thank you.
Darn it. Let me also explain, this matter is before Judge Pattison. Judge Pattison isn't here this morning, so I'm helping to cover a number of things. This is an emergency thing. This is file number 24866 SM, People versus Bradley J Cade. Mr. Cade was charged on or about March 9th of 2024 with domestic violence second offense upon his spouse, Teresa Cade. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Defendant pled guilty to domestic violence first offense, and the matter was set for sentencing 10 days out from that. Sentencing is set for Thursday, August 22nd. Sure what happened.
My attorney couldn't make it.
All right. I don't know if I have a new sentencing date.
October 15th.
All right. It hasn't made it to the file yet. Anyway, it's a condition of your bond that you not have any contact with Teresa Cade. And you got arrested apparently over the weekend.
Yes, Friday.
Violated conditions 2, 5, 8, 9, and 11, specifically number 5. Bradley Kane was found at 205 Jean Street, beside having bond conditions stating can't be at the residence. Now, I don't know what all these other things, 2, 5, 8, 9, and 11. No alcohol, so apparently alcohol was involved. No contact, no weapons, and contact pretrial supervision. So I don't know exactly everything that's going on. So the victim advocate from the prosecutor is here. Do you have any input on this one?
I came to watch so I could let her know what's going on.
All right, well. 9. Your attorney is Rhonda Ives. She's not here. And Jeanette Jackson from the Public Defender's Office is here helping us. You have pled guilty, so you're no longer presumed to be innocent. Apparently there was alcohol involved, there was a weapon involved, but there was contact. There's a lot going on here that I can't really tell. I'm gonna show plead not guilty. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, there's no weapon involved. Yes, there was alcohol I drank and
Well, don't say any more about it. Set a bond violation hearing or sentence. Or accelerated sentence. Before Judge Pattison. With Attorney Ives.
I have paperwork for the sentencing date on October 15th. I just didn't reach in the cell, but.
All right.
It was 6 weeks.
Well, it could be moved up. Because your bond is canceled.
Okay.
Hopefully Judge Pattison will be back tomorrow. They'll get a hold of Rhonda Ives, the prosecutor's advocate. They always do a good job. She'll let Teresa Cade know what's going on. I don't know where this case was headed. But alcohol, no contact, the other issues, I'm going to leave the bond as denied because you've been convicted. And you violated Judge Pattison's order. I suspect what they'll do, Mr. Cade, is they're not going to let you sit there until October 15th. They'll try to coordinate a date with Ms. Ives and accelerate the sentence, is my guess. In the meantime, your bond's canceled. We'll let your attorney know that you're in custody and it needs a hearing. So you're good to go. Good morning, Mr. Barnes.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Barnes, let me pull this up. It wasn't in my queue a minute ago. All right, Mr. Barnes, let me find this file. I wish these would go in my queue. It'd save me a lot of time.
I just didn't know what was I just was in court that Thursday.
Yeah, you were just here on the traffic matters on the 5th.
Right, and then I'm
Well,
walking.
just a minute. Let me get up to speed. The story of my life. The world's going 65 and I'm going about 50. Maybe less. All right, this is file number 241399 SM, Larry Donnell Barnes. Mr. Barnes is charged with domestic violence second offense for alleged assault from July 27th on Shamika Sanders. They got her name spelled wrong in here, but it's Sanders. You posted a bond and you have bond conditions that you're not to use any alcohol, you're not to have any contact with Miss Sanders or her son, Mr. Sergey. No weapons and no assaultive behavior, and you were supposed to be on pretrial supervision. You pled guilty. Find this. Judge Patterson's notes are sometimes hard for me to determine. He pled guilty to MDOP. Sentence is set for October 15th, just like the last guy. The bond conditions, they allege that you were at South Main Shell at about 1:45 on Saturday night. Mr. Barnes was intoxicated. He admitted he'd been drinking. The officer was Matt Britton. You wanted to impress on him that you wanted to beat his ass. And you were taken into custody for violation of bond conditions for being drunk and disorderly while you're on bond pending sentence. Your attorney is Luke Knopfsinger. He's not available on this short of notice. Jeanette Jackson is here from the Public Defender Office. Are you still living on 8th Street?
Yes, sir.
All right. I cut you off a couple of times. What did you want to say?
One thing is, it seemed like since he took me to jail for this domestic trial, it seemed like they just harassing me now. I wasn't drunk at all. I just was going to the store to get something to drink, but I wasn't drunk.
So you told him you wanted to beat his ass, but you weren't even drunk?
Because they steady harassing me, man. They steady harassing me. It seemed like after this few times that they grabbed me, you made me pay $100 the first time they grabbed me. I'm like, okay. Then after this, every time we getting in, and that's like going back and forth with each other. And I'm like, what y'all keep harassing me for? Why y'all keep running up on me? You know?
Well, Mr. Barnes, let me just say, I don't believe you. He admitted to drinking. He had a strong odor of intoxicants and he was extremely intoxicated. And you're saying you weren't drinking. You were going there to get something to drink. You have a bond condition that says you're not supposed to drink.
I'm not.
So I don't know anything beyond that. I'm gonna set up a bond violation hearing. Or accelerated sentence. The domestic violence charge against Ms. Sanders apparently got dismissed. You pled to a malicious destruction of property charge. With Rhonda Ives, your attorney, no, with Luke Knopfsinger.
And all I'm trying to
Both
do
of these cases were set for October 15th, but both of these are probably going to get moved ahead. What else did you want to say?
I was just trying to get my affairs together for when I do have to come and do whatever I need to do for these cases, man. I want to try to.
Well, I don't disagree with that. Anyway, your bond's canceled. What they will do when Judge Patterson gets back, hopefully tomorrow, they'll meet with Luke Knopfsinger, see if they can get a hearing this week. But this isn't good. Threatening to beat the officer up, being drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're on a bond pending sentence. So we'll just either move the sentence up or have a PV hearing and then do the sentence. But we'll let your attorney know that you're in custody and we'll set this hearing as soon as we can. All right. You're good to go. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. So both of them were set for October 15th. I'm not sure what I would do is move them up, but it depends on the availability of the attorneys and what else.
I've not heard anything from the victims on that one, so.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Okay, well, we got through it.
Yes.
well, in one piece.
I still got a bunch more to do, but thank you for your help.
Well, he'll do fine.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
Yeah. All right, see you later.